A very happy Monday, folks. It's quite cold out there at the moment. -13, I heard in Govan. Keith here from Come On The Hoops. If this is your first time coming across the channel, like and subscribe below would be appreciated. Back in Glasgow, busy weekend. Appreciate you watching the videos, having the giggles, give his opinion on the game. And you know what? It's been a weird 24 hours. Celtic are 13 points clear, top of the table. Rangers dropped points yesterday to Hibs at Easter Road. And to be honest, Hibs should have beaten them. Chris Boyd was having a pure meltdown, as always. But we're going to talk about our manager, Brendan Rodgers, a guy that's steering us to our 55th title. And he had some interesting comments to say yesterday to the media post-match regards to some Celtic fans, regards to Greg Taylor as a Celtic player, regards to Kieran Tierney, rumours. So it was quite unfolded yesterday, and there's been a divide across social media. Some people are saying Brendan is 100% accurate what he's saying. At the end of the day, he's our manager. He guides us. He picks the team. He takes responsibility when it goes wrong. He takes praise when it goes right. And at the end of the day, we should trust Brendan. A year ago, we were in a stage where a lot of Celtic fans were questioning Brendan Rodgers' appointment again to the club for the second time. We were sitting back last year questioning the style of play, how slow it was at the back. Was he elite manager? Is he going to guide us to the title? There was questions asked from a lot of Celtic fans. A lot of fans wanted Brendan Rodgers out. They just felt like he wasn't the appointment. Why did we go backwards instead of moving forwards as a club, getting Brendan in the door to replace Ange? And you know what? It paid off. It paid off because we won a double. In the final third of the season, we played some remarkable football. Yes, last season, at stages, dropping points to Kilmarnock, losing games, getting dumped out of the League Cup. I wasn't looking good at times. But we got together. We got Edith in the door. There was doubts about Edith. Edith helped us win the title. And then also he helped us win the Scottish Cup. But let's go on to the comments, what Brendan Rodgers said yesterday. And then I'm going to give you my opinion on these two particular videos. So they're going to be playing this clip, the audio from Celtic TV, and listen carefully and see what you think.
Celtic now is that, and that's why I have a big respect for this group of players, especially on a day like today, because when it was 0-0 for the first 20 minutes, we make a backward pass and the crowd get onto the team. Now that cannot happen. One, if you know about football, and two, if you can understand that when teams come here, they're going to make it really difficult. You know, you can't turn up every single week and be 3-4-0 up in 20 minutes. Teams are well organised, teams are well set up. You have to work the game. So sometimes you have to play a backward pass to change the point of attack. We make a backward pass and then we go on to the players. And that's why I was proud of the players. This is a point, I don't need the cheers when it's 3-0 and the support when it's 3 and 4-0 and 5-0. This team needs it. It's just the amount of games that they're playing and how we play. You only need to look at the facts and how this team plays to know they're an attacking team, a creative team that creates goals and scores goals. So when we decide to go back to change the point of attack, clap the players. Don't panic. Don't start getting onto them, you know, because we're trying to get another attack. And the best example we have of that this season was against Club Brugge. We're here in the Champions League. Daisemeda's going forward. He turns, he plays a backward pass to change the point of attack. The pressure on that guy when he did that, thankfully he coped with it. The noise, the negativity around that. But when we then change the picture, he then gets it back again, and now he's free. He cuts inside, he gets a shot. And then everyone's happy. But that's not what football is. So for us, if we play a backward pass, sideward pass is to change the point of attack. Right? And the players deserve more. The players deserve the trust. And that was my annoyance today. Because 3-0 is great. But we need the support when it's 0-0, especially amidst a run of games where there's so many games. You know, well, you might be a fraction just fatigued, but we don't mention that. We want to attack. Look at our numbers. Look at our stats. So, sorry for that, Michael.
Now, what Brendan Rodgers is basically saying, some fans were very impatient yesterday. Now, I wasn't at the game. Most people know the situation. I don't go to much games. 20 minutes into the game, some of the fans were getting on the team's back because of the style we play, that we play from the back and try to approach different flanks, different style to break the teams down. Some fans expect us to be winning 3 or 4-0 at halftime. Let's be honest. Some fans expect the height because we're top of the table, because we have a cracking manager, because we have a group of players that are hungry. We demand success. I agree with him on these comments. I agree with him that at the end of the day, you can't always break teams down. I mean, that one goal might come in 85 minutes. You just have to be patient. There's no point of cheering the team on 1 or 2-0 up. Yeah, it's fantastic. The place is buzzing. But when it's a bit flat, it's time to lift the players and give them that motivation. Celtic Park is known for the 12th man across the world, especially for Champions League nights. Why can they not show that on games against St. Mirren on a rainy day in Glasgow? Yes, the attendance was a bit low yesterday because of the weather. Of course, some people couldn't make it the time of the year it is. But I agree with Brendan on this. I think some fans just need to have a bit more patience. We have won treble upon treble in the last 10 years. We have 119 trophies in our club's history. Brendan it took time for his ethos of football to kick in. As I said at the start of the video, this time last year, a lot of people didn't wanted him gone. We're talking about new managers. It was crazy. And we were still in a title race and we won the double. We're comfortably top of the league, 13 points. You just have to have patience with these players. If they pass it wrong, I'm sure they'll bounce back and learn from their mistakes. That's why the coaching team, the manager, analyzes the games at full time. They go home and they go in on Monday morning into Lennoxtown and they'll say, this, we need to improve in this part of the game. And I just feel like as supporters, we can be very finical at times. We're quick enough to jump, criticise players, put them under the bus when they have bad performances. Like Liam Scale had a bad performance at Ibrox. People are jumping on him saying, don't play him ever again. Oh, it has to be Trusty. Trusty was outstanding yesterday. Trusty scored a couple of dodgy passes. But you know what? We got a clean sheet. We got a clean sheet. And I think fans just need to relax a bit. Stop thinking of the background of what's happening with other teams or what other people think of Celtic. Trust the manager. Trust the vision. We're in a great position. We're about to get into Champions League football and people are still moaning. You can never keep people happy. And I think Brendan's doing a good job. Personally, I think he's done a good job. I think the next video I'm going to play, it sounds like he did wake up on the wrong side of the bed. His comments regards to Celtic fans and the Kieran Tierney situation, which I will play in a second. But I think there's something brewing with Brendan Rodgers. I don't think it's brewing between him and the board or the players. I think it's brewing because of the statements people have doubted him since he was appointed to the job, linked with the job to come back. You know, that the way he left the club. And he did come out in their comments saying, I'll see you in May. And we did see him in May. And he did bring success. But you got to trust the manager. At the end of the day, believe in his vision. If it's going wrong, if we were in second place in the league and we were 13 points behind after losing that derby as well, of course the fans would be in their rights to jeer and saying, what's going on? You need to get it together. This is unacceptable. But it's completely the opposite. We're in a great position. So I agree with Brendan on that video. Completely agree with him. I think people need to just lay back. It's going to come. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, he'll take responsibility. If it's a draw or a defeat, that's what his job is. That's what you get paid. But very rarely we lose games. As I've said, 3 defeats in the space of 12 months just shows. Not even 12 months, 10 months just shows. So let's get on to Kieran Tierney song. His comments on Greg Taylor and what he says as well. This is from Celtic TV as well, the audio.
Could things start to happen in terms of ins and outs next week? Is that possible?
Sorry?
Could things start to happen in terms of ins and outs next week? Possible?
Could do.
Speaking of fans, there was a few singing the name of a Kieran Tierney at the end there.
Aye, total lack of respect.
Yeah.
Of course there is. Get Greg Taylor. He's been absolutely amazing at this club. How does he feel? He's playing, nearly breaks his nose, bleeding for the club, for the cause. But I'm all right about the players that are here. It's not very respectful. You sing for another player, no matter what Kieran's history is. I don't like that.
Now, this was a very confusing audio to listen to and take from what he's saying. I'll watch his facial expressions on obviously the Celtic YouTube channel. He was pissed off. Let's be honest. He was pissed off because some fans were saying Kieran Tierney. Fans were saying Kieran Tierney is because he's a Celtic icon. It'd be something about Arthur Borich, it'd be something about Henrik Larsson. I'm sure that wouldn't affect him because Kieran's being directly linked to the club. We're in advanced talks to get Kieran Tierney, and we're waiting for the green light to happen with that. On the other hand, he's trying to defend a player that's currently playing in Kieran Tierney's position, Greg Taylor. Greg Taylor has been a cracking player for Celtic over his time since 2019. He's had his ups and downs like every single player. I've said this on the channel. He's played 198 games. He's won 9 trophies at the club. We bought him for 1.25 million. But there has been criticism, like fans like myself, that say he's not at the Champions League level. And Brendan did turn around and say in the press conference that I'm not buying this, where I've had players in the past that were in Champions League players. Greg Taylor comes in that door. He's a good professional. He gets on with his job, and it's unacceptable for fans to be seeing Kieran Tierney's name. Well, I'll tell you what. Here's my answer to this, right? How about sit down with Greg Taylor? How about give Greg Taylor halfway, or give him an improved salary, not be the top earners in the squad, give him an improved salary and get him to fight for his place. There's no doubt Greg Taylor is a battler in that Celtic shirt, but this contract situation, it's frustrating for fans. Yes, some people might say, don't panic, it's only 6 months to go. But I want to strengthen this position and see that position being strengthened for next season. And even for the rest of this season. We have a guy on loan from Barcelona where he will more likely go back to Barcelona. We have another guy that's on the verge of leaving for Argentina, which we'll get a decent sum from. And then we have Greg Taylor, where he's been linked with a move to Croatia. Fabio Cannavaro's Diamond Zagreb. If we want to be excited about getting Kieran Tierney in the door, who knows Celtic, that understands of the women formula, understands of the invincible season, the understands of the treble. Yes, that's all in the past. We want a player that can be consistent. Greg has been consistent as in regards to appearances, not missing games in regards to injuries. But if he wants to fight for his place at Celtic, that contract should have been signed today. Simple as. Fans are entitled to sing what they want at the end of the day. Football is nothing without the fans. If they want to sing and praise a player or talk about a player, I don't agree with booing a player, especially a player that's at your own team that's having a bad performance. I believe in putting the arm around, and what I mean by putting the arm around is the captain gives him the encouragement, the fans lift him, and if he gets the next pass right, a next tackle right, cheer him like forever, because they need that appreciation. I don't know how Greg took it yesterday. I'm sure he didn't take it too personally, to be honest with you. They were just singing about Kieran Tierney. Some fans were singing about Kieran Tierney because Kieran has the emotion attachment with fans, as Brendan should know. He's a fantastic player. I understand Brendan doesn't want to talk about other players or what they've done with us in the past. He wants to focus on the crop of players that he has, but it's the transfer window. What do you expect when you're hearing these rumours, when you're hearing these journalists coming out with a move that Tierney coming back to Celtic? Fans are in their rights to be excited because the board have money there. The board should know that the ambition, the bar is high, but we do have to be patient at times as well. And I'm sure the business will happen with Tierney over the next couple of days. But regards to the comments on Kieran Tierney and Brendan with the fans, I just think it's not being disrespectful towards Greg. I don't find it disrespectful towards Greg. Some people in the comments might think it's disrespectful towards Greg Taylor. At the end of the day, Greg Taylor should come out and say that he's leaving at the end of his contract instead of stalling his contract on. Just sign a new deal if you want to stay here and fight for your place. Yes, it's going to be competition between him and Tierney and whoever else comes in the door in the near future. But sign the contract, simple as. Some fans just want a new left back in so we can cement and build in that position. And Brendan should know that more than ever, that if you want to go into a Champions League campaign with 2 games left in that campaign and go into the summer and qualifiers, you need to strengthen in certain positions and get the right players in, the right culture he always talks about, the right ethos, the right mentality. And if Brendan or if Greg Taylor's 1 foot out the door regards his mentality and wants to go to Zagreb or speak to other clubs, which he's in his rights there, let him go. Let him go. There's no point stalling it on forever. As I said already, you can't merit that Greg Taylor has had a good career at Celtic. But at the same time, if he wants to be a part of the future and part of Brendan's plans, he has to sign a new deal as soon as possible. Simple. So that's really it for me today. Let us know in the comments what you think about Brendan Rodgers' comments regards to the fans getting a bit impatient in the 20 minutes into the game. And let us know what you think about the Tierney and the Greg Taylor comments as well. Speak to us all soon. Have a good one. Hell.